Angry guy here, and passport sis mysteriously dies overseas. So, a passport sis has mysteriously passed away overseas, and it's crazy because when eight passport bros passed away in Colombia, the women, especially black women, celebrated. There were numerous channels from women on YouTube celebrating the the untimely passing of these passport bros who ended up being Control Alt deleted while in Colombia. And they were celebrating and they were talking about how foolish the passport bros were and this is what they get. And now, if you see what's happening, these women are going to other countries trying to do the passport thing, and it's not working out for them. And it's karma. It's very very karma. As you can see, they're getting picked up in places like Uganda. They're going missing in places like Spain. This passport sis, she just mysteriously passed away. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the video, but like I say, I often say God is real, and I believe karma really is too. You attract what you put out.
And you turned on Netflix and you wanted to watch a horror film. And there you saw a film about an American lady who moved to the Gambia. And you know what? At first everything was okay, but she predicted she had a stalker. She was going around all over the world telling people that somebody was stalking her and somebody wanted to poison her. And nobody believed her. Some folks could have even thought she was crazy. Then 2 months later, she dies. Well, you will look at the film, you will say it's well orchestrated, well executed, well written, bravo. But then, what if I told you it's not a movie? It's not a movie script. There are no actors. It's the truth, because that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, even Hollywood script writers couldn't make up what we're about to talk about.
How?
Rewind! Today we're talking about the life of Anja Africa, also known as Andrea Martin. From her accent, it seems like she moved from the East Coast, most notably New York, to come to the Gambia. She was excited. She even dressed in the African garb. She seemed to be a strong spiritual person who loved the community. So that's why she came to Gambia, like so many other women. And of course, I've always told you on this channel, ladies, that coming to Africa by yourself might not be the best idea. But she came anyway, and she was really there fellowshipping with the community until one day she started to deal with the new man that she felt she was vibing with. Now let me stop the show there. She talked about the fact that whenever she came to the Gambia, that she felt that somebody was watching her. Let's check it out.
A lot of it is related to single women in the Gambia. So first, let me give you a little just preview of what happens when you come to Gambia single, okay? You may have it in your mind that you're not trying to date anyone. You just come in here to live your best life. Well, honey, from the time you get your feet on the ground, and I'm talking from the airport, people already have their eyes on you, okay? They know what area you're going to. It's been reported where you're going to be living. There'll be that one person that thinks, well, I'm going to be the person to get that individual because that's going to be my cash cow, cash cow, cash cow.
That's interesting, and this is a warning that she put out in the Gambia. But let's continue. She started dating this man, a younger man, I'm assuming. Then she found out that something was off with him, and this is why she said this.
It only hit me today because I was like, I have a stalker. I have a stalker, and I haven't told anyone, and it's not healthy. So let me just tell y'all what's going on. Okay, so I was seeing someone, and I thought us meeting was like, a spiritual thing. The bond, like we connected, we have good conversation, but there was something about this individual, but I could not put my finger on what it was. But, I figured you're getting to know, take it, keep him at a distance, but get to know him. So the more I get to know him, my spiritual abilities are coming in at the same time. So now I'm starting to have divinations. And when I tell you what I saw, y'all gonna be like, I saw this individual dealing with same-sex orgies. I saw this individual in different relationships. I saw a lot of children around. And I mean, everything I'm seeing is nude. Okay. So now I'm thinking, hold up. This individual's in a cult. This is not I'm just a normal person. This is a foot soldier for the devil.
The scary thing is that she felt that he was involved in something else that was shady.
We need to wrap this situation up. He says, what do you mean? I said, there are such things as soulmates, twin spirits, and karmics. I said, you are a karmic. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, you are probably someone who killed me in a past life. He was just like, why would you say that? I said, because I see exactly who you are. I said, you a demon. Straight up, you a demon. I see who you are. I see your sexual preferences. I see all of you. It's in the tiles. When I do water divination, I can see you. So me seeing who you are knows that I don't want nobody like you around me. I know what my journey is, and my journey does not include anybody energy harvesting off of me, trying to be part of my legacy, trying to steal what I'm trying to build. I don't want nobody like that around.
Now, let me make it very, very clear. This woman came with her masculine energy. You do not speak to a man like this under any circumstance. She brought that attitude from America. You don't tell him, listen to me. This is what I'm talking about to y'all. This is what I'm talking about. These women go to another man's country. This is not your country. You go to another man's country and you say these things to this man in this country. You have no evidence. And you say these terrible things to this man in his country, regardless if they are true or not. You do not bring your masculine energy. Okay? You do not bring your masculine energy. See, this is where femininity saves lives. A feminine woman would be very careful how she speaks to men. Listen to guys in Africa, many places in Africa. This is what I've heard. If a man shows that he is interested in a woman, she is very careful how she rejects him. Not because she is afraid of the man, but she does not want to break his spirit. She does not want to discourage him. So she will reject him in a very positive way. And women are going to say, how, excuse me? He is not a baby. Blah, 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 blah. All right? And he needs to know he's not entitled to anything. Like when a woman rejects a man in America, they want him to hurt. They want him to feel bad about himself because it makes them feel better about themselves when they hurt a man's ego, when they tear down a man, when they make a man feel bad about himself. It makes them feel good. Hurting men in Western society, just making men feel like crap, it empowers women. And this woman did not know anything about this man that she was dealing with, and because of her delusions, she listened to her emotions. She had no proof whatsoever. Maybe she was feeling bad energy from him. But the problem is that women will make stuff up. Women will literally have a bad dream, and they'll have a dream about a man that he's cheating, and then basically start saying that and treating him that way. I remember years ago, I used to know this guy, and he was pretty active in the Migglypuff community, and he told me a story about his wife. And he said, this is to illustrate how women think. He said that everything was going fine with her, and then one day she just starts acting weird around him, and her behavior suddenly changes. And she's just looking at him in dirty ways, and she's treating him poorly. This goes on for, if it was either weeks or months. I think it was 3 weeks. 3 weeks or 3 months. It went on for a long time. Then one day, she finally starts to calm down a bit and she laughs. And he says, "What is it?" And he basically says that he just accepts it and he just keeps on going and he says nothing about it and he just lets her treat him like he just lets her treat him the way she's treating him. And he just keeps on trucking on. And one day she just laughs and goes, "Huh?" And he says, "What is it?" And she goes, "I'm crazy." And he goes, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, I had a dream a while back that you were cheating on me. So I've been angry with you and upset with you this entire time, but now I know that it was literally just it was nothing. I had no evidence to base it on, and I have no reason to actually think that you're cheating on me. But just because I had a bad dream, I started believing that it actually happened, that you were actually doing this, and that's why I was treating you this way. I'm crazy." And guys, do you not remember when I constantly tell you that these people are functionally insane at best? Functionally insane at best. And the more that I understand these individuals, the more that it causes me dismay. I prayed to God a number of years ago, and instead of asking for money, because we often ask for money, I stopped asking for money. I started praying for wisdom, and the amount of wisdom that has come to me in this time frame has been crazy, and I've had to suffer for this wisdom. But be careful what you ask for. You ask God for a ton of money, you get a ton of money, and then it all evaporates and it attracts negative people in your life because you weren't ready for it. You ask God for wisdom, and you ask God for as much wisdom as possible. I want tons and tons of wisdom. Be careful what you ask for, because God is constantly bestowing me with wisdom. But the wisdom is so profound and it's coming to me so rapidly that it torments me at times. It makes me sad and miserable because I say these things and it's like it manifests and I realize it's coming from God. And I don't want to accept these things are true. And yet here it is. And the more I understand the way that women work and the way that their minds work and operate, the more difficult it is. Because you start to say, how could this even be reality? I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's This is why men walk away and say, you know what, I don't want to have anything to do with society. Look how disrespectful this woman is. Guys, if you think that a person is like this, if you think this person is such a bad person, you don't tell them all of this stuff. You don't disrespect them. A woman in Africa would be very careful how if she thought that this was really a bad dude, she'd be very careful how she broke it off with him. She'd be very careful how she broke it off with him. In fact, if she thought that this guy could really do something, she might even move. I mean, and like she may not even say anything to him. She may basically say guys. She would go, and she would be physically intimate with him. She'd give him the best. She'd give him good. She'd give him good butt. She'd cook him a great meal, wonderful meal. Rub his back, make him feel really good, and then come up with an excuse gradually why she has to go. And she would treat him like a king until she can slowly pull away. There's an old saying, if your hand is in a tiger's mouth, take your time and pull it out. And these masculine women from Western society, they feel like they're men and they are powerful and they are tough. And they will shame you to your face. They will tell you off to your face. They will disrespect you. They will do all of these things like they are men. They will say, guys, I would not speak like this to a man. If I think a man is dangerous, you think I'm going to run my mouth to him? You think I'm going to tell him all of these things? You think I'm going to accuse him of a bunch of horrible things that I don't even have any evidence just because my emotions are telling me this? And this is what she did, and now she's mysteriously passed away? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, I just don't, I can't believe this. I can't believe it at all. It's like, it makes me so disgusted, so disgusted what I'm seeing here in Western society. And these women, they go overseas. Guys, these people, guys, I said it, functional insane. Why would you do this? How delusional do you have to be to do something like this? Like these parents, these men and women, these simps and the women in Western society, they did not raise their daughters right. And they've created an entire generation of other women like this who will go overseas and do these things. And they think that it's a joke. Y'all, some of y'all talk, you guys are in the comments saying there's some of you, few of you who are pointing out that Madrid is a very dangerous place, but there's so many of you guys who are simps in the comments saying how wonderful Spain is and how safe Spain is. Like, guys, you need to stop with the simping attitude and stop being delusional and ridiculous. Guys, you could be in a place where you think everything is very safe. You are, guys, I'm working on my passport bro blueprint, and you know what? If this is your mental state, cool, do you. All right, until you get taken advantage of, because it's often in these places where you feel very safe, where there are people looking to prey upon you, especially if they know you're an American and you have the American dollar. For example, in the Philippines, you have to be very careful in the Philippines. Those people are not your friends, and a lot of people will take advantage of you guys. It happened to me. Oh, Angry, you're an idiot. Guys, I'm an experienced traveler. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. But you're smart, but you're smarter than I am. You know more than I do, okay? Or I'm an idiot, okay? I'm a fool. Just like the guys, just like men who've had their lives destroyed in relationships. Oh, they chose the wrong woman. Oh, they didn't. It's different. I'm smarter. And then when these things happen to you, you turn on the entire world. And it's like you act like you never heard these things. It's that's what I don't like about some, like when I hear these guys, some of you guys that refuse to accept, no matter where you go in this world, you have to have your head straight. You have to have your head on tightly, because there's so many people looking to exploit you everywhere. And I just can't stand how foolish some of you are. And because you're getting the knowledge for free, but you're rejecting it, and then you reject it, and then it's happened to me. It's already happened to me where I have these people who sometimes I'll come back years later and say, yeah, I was one of your trolls. I was one of your trolls. I used to watch your videos. I was one of your trolls, and yeah, everything you said was right. I got screwed. Everything you said was right. I got screwed. I'm back. And it's like, don't you have any shame? Don't you have any humanity? You made my life miserable. You said horrible things to me in the comments. All right? I had to block you. And now you're sending me an email to tell me that I was right. And it happens countless times. Leave me alone. I'm not your friend. You treated me like crap. You tried to censor me. And now you want to be my buddy because your life is messed up, and now I'm one of the few people who will understand you. This is one of the reasons why, guys, I don't keep any close friends anymore, because I will not tolerate the BS, and people are so two-faced. And it's like the same people who like I don't, if you don't like what I'm saying, that's cool. But don't come to me after things have gone downhill for me and then say, hey, let's be friends. You're right. Yeah, I'm a scumbag. I'm one of the people who tormented you. All right, but guys, there's this one dude. I warned him about these online platforms. I literally warned him about using these online dating platforms for finding people overseas. I warned him about the Philippines. Same people, and like all these simps are like, the Filipino is wonderful. You must not listen to these men. Do not listen to Angry. Everything will be just fine. You're this, you're that. I told him, I spoke to him a million times. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. I know the guy. Guy literally didn't want to listen to me, refused to listen to me. Said he decided to do his own thing. He was his own big man, big sack, thought that he was big and tough. This guy was looked like he was like in his 50s maybe. Didn't listen to me. Comes back months later, after being kind of disrespectful to me, telling me that he got screwed, and now he's pissed off with all women. Bro, I told you not to do this. I told you this is how things work. Don't even blame all women for this. I just told you have to be careful, and that they're scamming people doing some of this stuff, and you're setting yourself up to be scammed and taken advantage of. And this is what he did. He got scammed, got robbed, got taken advantage of, and now he's blaming all women for it. And I called and I said I screeched at him, and he just took off again. And he may be listening to my videos still. And it's like, this is the mindset of some men. You're told not to do things and you don't listen. I don't care if you're in the safest country in the world. You are never safe because that's not your country. And it's often in the so-called places where you feel the safest, where there are the people who are just waiting to prey upon you. Let me tell you something about being a man. The people who are more likely to be robbed and targeted in most countries are not women. They are other men, because people actually will come looking for women. Most of the time, no one goes looking for men, and no one cares what happens to men. So it's easiest to prey upon men because no one cares about them. This is how it is in the United States. This is how it is in Mexico. This is how it is in the Philippines. This is how it is in most other countries. Men are the ones who are typically the greatest victims of everything. But hey, it is what it is. Guys, I've said it before and I'll say it again, nothing lasts forever. And you can see what's happening. These passport sisters thought that they were so tough, and they bring that masculine energy overseas, and the men over there don't tolerate it. They don't tolerate it at all. Passport sis mysteriously dies overseas. What do you guys think about this? I want to hear your thoughts. So let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA and walking away, and share.